A-boom! It's time to play What's Inside the Shopping Tote. Answer. The title already gives it away, so there's no hiding it back. So anyway, let's go ahead and pull out what came in said shopping tote. There you go. That's right. We got ourselves some new Sonic figures from Tomy. You know, the ones that do the Sonic Boom action figures. Well, at least they did, because I think they went into obscurity. But hey, we're back with the new release Sonic Forces game, promoting a couple of merchandise here and there. Not as many as the last Sonic game, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But having said that, I mean, all for good reasons, because as it stands right now, the game isn't really well received. I mean, it's critically panned pretty bad, but I heard it has its charm to it, and I have to be honest, because that's what I do on this channel. I haven't played the game for myself, so I really don't know. Through experience, I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I can't even figure out whether or not this is a continuation from the Sonic Generations game, but whatever. Anyway, let's get to it. Here it is, Sonic Forces. This 4-pack of Tails, Sonic, Classic Sonic, and Knuckles. Now, take a good look at what you're seeing here, because this isn't Sonic Boom Sonic, nor Knuckles, nor Tails. No, this is modern Sonic, modern Knuckles, and modern Tails from your standard Sonic video games. Pretty cool. And you also get Classic Sonic because, hey, it's Worlds Collide, right? That's the way it is, right? Uh-huh. Anyway, you can see that there's the price tag right there, $24.99. But that's not what it actually said on the receipt. I've got the receipt, and it says approximately $18.74 is how much I actually paid for this thing. Thank you very much, the tote. But yeah, whatever I was able to fit inside the tote that I got from GameStop, I got a pretty good discount on the items, and you'll see them very shortly. But for now, we'll take a look at this one, because hey, it's been a long time since I've reviewed any Sonic figures on this channel, and that's pretty much one of the main attractions from my viewers is Sonic reviews. That's the way it is. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look over here and see what in the world's going on in the background there, because at first I thought this was just like a cardboard cutout in the back where it says Sonic Forces. No, actually, it's an exclusive game art lithograph that's included with the set. So, yeah, let's turn it to the back because there's nothing on the sides. I've already checked, and here you got the logo for Sonic Forces. You got this guy, you got Dr. Eggman and Metal Sonic right there, and then you got Sonic here. Them Classic Sonic, Knuckles, Tails right there, and I'm guessing this is the default created character in the video game. I know you can make your own character, you can make a male or a female, doesn't really matter, but there is the limitation, which unfortunately is a bit of a drawback from this, but hey, it's the first time that Sega has ever done this, so, you know, cut them some slack here. Anyway, with that said, let's take a look right here and see what this says. Metallic, look for blah 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 blah. Oh look, there's a location. There you go. Not much else to say about this, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you guys, and we'll take a good look at these figures, as this is actually a live doing, because as you can see, the tape is still on both sides here. I've never really opened this, so here we go. Okay, so here are the 4 action figures out of the big box, which could have housed anything else from, like, I don't know, accessories to maybe a few more contents, maybe even a set of instructions. I don't know, I'm just coming up with things here. It was a giant box that just houses very little. The only other contents that comes with these figures is just the lithograph from Sonic Forces, as you can see. Caution, images enclosed may contain spoilers, and at this point I don't think it really matters. Is there anything on the back of this? Absolutely nothing, just blank. Okay, so with that out of the way, that saves us a little time. Let's go ahead and open this up, and what you're about to see could be disturbing. So, here we have a nice image of modern Sonic committing suicide. Yeah! Look out, world! No, actually, this is Sonic just jumping to the next platform in the recreation of the 1991 Sonic the Hedgehog video game stage Green Hill Zone. That's right. Where it all started. Sonic Forces! Just to let you know, it's not Sonic Generations. This image here is a giant spider that's about to step on Knuckles, who got a haircut. Sonic Forces! Okay, here we have a post-apocalyptic future where Skynet is taking over the world in Sonic's verse. As you can see, there's Sonic right there, and apparently that must be some new Terminator or Harvester or something. Sonic Forces! Alright, so this one here is kind of an oddity. Here we have modern Sonic looking afar over at Pyramidus, in which the Death Egg right here up in the sky is doing the same damn thing. Sonic Forces! Yeah. I didn't know Power Rangers had anything to do with Sonic, but whatever, there you go. It's in my name anyway, so okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the action figures now that we got that all said and done. So, how do I want to start this off? Well, let's go for the basics. You probably already own these figures. Outside of the lithograph, there's really not much else going on here to offer. So, yeah, we've already had a Modern Sonic, Modern Knuckles, and a Modern Tails figure, and a 2-pack of their very own, with Classic Sonic coming with Modern Sonic, Classic Knuckles coming with Modern Knuckles, and Classic Tails coming with Modern Tails. Quite the tongue twister, but yeah. The only real difference going on here is that I've reviewed metallic figures in the pack, So anyway, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way because, you know, the review must go on. So here we have Classic Sonic, which I have reviewed before in a metallic color scheme here for a 3-pack that came with Classic Tails and Classic Knuckles and also a very nice anniversary coin, which was also metallic. But that's the real difference there. Paint job on this one's actually a little more cleaner, only because this one relies so much on the metallic work, especially around the arms, can cause a little bit of some discomfort with the stability in the paint job. As you can see, it's kind of wearing out because painting on the joints does not hold up. It just doesn't. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the articulation on this one, because again, it's one and the same. Swivel head. Universal shoulder joints. This one seems to have a little trouble getting his arms to go forward, but hey, it's probably because it was pre-painted and then applied into the packaging like all toy companies do. So anyway, yeah, I mean, you do get up and down. As you can see, it does go back. And you can see also that they painted the joints on the shoulders there, so yeah, that doesn't help either. You do have a wrist swivel joint. You do have some up and down movement at the legs because it's also on a pin joint that actually it does, you know, everything you want. So it's universal. You do get inward and outward depending on which way you rotate it, and you do have a swivel cut right there at the top of his shoes. So he's pretty articulated. Almost on par with the Jazzwares one, except the Jazzwares had that slightly disturbing swivel cut at his belly, but whatever. I'm glad that's actually gone. It doesn't break the sculpting of the figure. Looks really good. Paint job's pretty clean. Doesn't seem to be any problems, except for the fact that the joints were painted, so they're kind of chipping away already. But at least the plastic does actually match up for the pin joint. As you can see, it's almost one and the same, so not really that noticeable from afar, so not too bad. I'll give it a pass. Okay, so let's take a look at Modern Tails, because this one, ho, boy. You may have noticed already the real problem with this one. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can understand what they were going with here, trying not to limit in the articulation with the figure, even if it is your basic 4 points of articulation. Well, maybe 6 if you count the additional, you know, universal shoulder joint, able to move the figure's arms inward and outward instead of up and down. So yeah, that would be 6. But outside of that, I mean, the T-crotch does not work here. Look at that. He's all legs. That's what it looks like to me. He's all legs. It does not look good. And it doesn't help that the figure cannot stand just right either. He's got one leg sculpted straight down, one that's in a pre-pose position. What is this? Playmates Toys? But yeah. It also doesn't help that the tail here is actually lower than the placement of his shoe. As you can see, where he would be standing up, you can see it's flat, but right here the tail just goes way beyond that. It sinks low. So he's going to have a tendency to lean back on his tails all the time. But having said that, at least he does have, you know, the capability of standing up. I mean, you know, he's not going to fall over because his tails are working like a tripod stand, which is a good thing. But it does take away the fact that he doesn't have any articulation at the tail. I mean, Jazzwares figures, was a bit of a stretch, but they did actually have a pin joint that would actually allow them to rotate. But, you know, this is not Jazzwares, this is Tomy, and I gotta remember that. But anyway, the sculpting on the head is really nice. I mean, look at that. I want to show you a quick side-by-side comparisons with the Jazzwares one, and oh my god, look at the difference. Wow, look at that one. Look at that. My god, that is good. This one looks like a cheap Chinese knockoff now compared to this. I mean, I used to think that this one was really good, but look at that. And look at the colors. They got it just right. Wow. What an improvement. Sadly, though, it had to be executed with flaws, being the T-crotch joint there. I don't like that. It just looks weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to his articulation, because he's got 6 points with a swivel head. Universal shoulder joints with up, down, in, and out, depending on which way you pose it, though. You can make it look like he's pointing his finger. They went this way, Sonic, or that way. Maybe they're going that way, or it kind of messes with the placement of the shoulder joint, which I can never tell whenever I got it this way, whether or not the shoulder is in the right placement. So I always feel like I'm putting stress on the joint. This arm is different because it's got the sculpted open hand thing where you could put like an accessory in there. If it had one, yeah, you could. But yeah, there you go. And then of course you got your T-crotch joint for the legs with up and down, and that's it. Nothing else beyond that, people. Nothing at the wrists, nothing at the shoes, nothing at the tail, nothing at the things. There you go. Okay, so there you have that. Modern Knuckles, a very, very impressive action figure all around. The sculpting is very nice. The paint job is really good. And the articulation, I can let it slide because it definitely reminds me of ReviewZ Knuckles, only because of the points of articulation. But this looks like an improved version of ReviewZ Knuckles from the Sonic Adventure toy line. This looks good. So good. Look at that. Look how clean this is. Doesn't seem to be any sloppiness whatsoever, especially in the face. Wow, that is impressive. Are we sure that this is Tomy here? I mean, wow, this looks like a different toy company and all, because Jazzwares and Tomy have one thing in common: sloppiness and a lack thereof when it comes to articulation. But, I mean, jeez. It doesn't even look like it belongs in this line. But anyway, let's get to the articulation. He does have a swivel joint at the head, but it's restricted because of his quills. You know, it always is. He does have universal shoulder joints, so you do get inward and outward, and you do get a rotation, as you can see, all around. But it's kind of hard because, you know, again, the quills, yay. So, leg joints, T-crotch, you do get up, and you do get down. You don't get inward and outward. Nothing at his tail, nothing at the waist, nothing at the wrist, nothing at the boots, and that's it for the points of articulation. But really, the sculpting and the paint job just makes this figure phenomenal. Definitely recommend it if you can find one this good. I mean, wow. What an improvement. Now, having said that, oh boy, here we go. Modern Sonic. Now, at first glance, you would notice that this figure is pretty good. In all honesty, it looks really nice. All around, not too bad. The sculpting is good, but we do have some issues. Like right there, where the injection of the plastic was going on in the casting at the factory. That's where it was, at the ear. And it kind of faults the ear inside, as you can see. That, oh, wow, look at that bump, look at that. Not to mention also the paint job in the ear is kind of messed up too. As you can see, we got some scratching there or some chipping of the paint. Sloppiness right there on that ear. That's not all, sloppiness right there. Sloppiness here. Yeah, I'm not just trying to point things out. I'm just really giving you a fine example of a messed up figure. As you can see, look at that. Looks like a big scratch right there at his eye. Right there. That is so disturbing. But that's not to say all the figure is bad. There are certain points where it does look pretty good, like his shoes. They're pretty clean, except for the sock region right there, as you can see. Yeah. But, it's not too bad, except for what's going on with the head. As a matter of fact, if this head was to be replaced, with another head, then I'm sure that this would be an okay figure. It's not the best, and as you can see, the paint job on the ears and the chest here does not match up with the arms or his face. So yeah, again, another problem there where it's like a Transformers Bumblebee figure where the yellow doesn't match up with the painted and the plastic. Whatever. Okay, so articulation. He does have a swivel head, which can only go so far until it gets tight on both sides. Run the risk of breaking it. Universal shoulder joint. So as you can see, the pin joint does allow inward and outward. It does allow a full rotation. We're right there. Nothing at the wrist, nothing at the waist. T-crotch with his legs going up that much, back that much, so you can get him in a running pose if you want. Beyond that, nothing at the knees, nothing at the shoes. And that's really it. Not much else to say. It's definitely like a recreation of the Sonic Adventure / Resource action figure, just done in a modern take with a better paint job, better quality, and just overall a better looking approach. Just really good. Just the only problem is the head is a little banged up, but outside of that, I can forgive it. So there you have it. There's the action figures. Now for the next step in this video review, we've got a little side-by-side comparison to do, and this is going to be quite a stretch. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this, shall we? Let's. Okay, so kicking off the size comparison with Knuckles, here we have the brand new Knuckles action figure compared to the Jazzwares Knuckles, compared to the Tomy Sonic Boom Knuckles, compared to the Tomy Classic Knuckles figure from the Metallic 3-pack. Alright, so here we have the modern Tails action figure compared to the Tomy's Classic Tails Metallic action figure, compared to the Tomy Sonic Boom Tails action figure, compared to the Jazzwares Tails action figure. Alright, so this one wasn't enough, so I had to throw a little more quantity in here. So with that said, here is Classic Sonic Metallic compared to the brand new Classic Sonic of this wave, compared to Project Freedom Leader 1 and 2. And finally, here is the modern Sonic action figure compared to Jazzwares modern Sonic action figure, compared to Tomy Sonic Boom Sonic. And then finally, the brand new Tomy Classic Sonic action figure that came with this modern Sonic figure. Alright, so final thoughts on this set. It's basically a pass. In honesty, you really shouldn't pick this up unless you really need these figures if you couldn't find them from the get-go. Having said that, I will say that the lithograph is pretty nice to own, but having said that as well, I've also got to be honest, what am I going to do with this thing? I mean, I'm not a collector of these kind of sorts. It's nice to look at every so often, but it serves me no purpose. So it's really about the action figures because I don't have these figures. So it's a nice add-on to my collection, from video game characters to television series characters to custom action figures, which you saw in this video. So it's just a nice addition to my ever-growing Sonic collection, which sadly is coming to a bitter end because this is only a filler line, in all honesty. That's it. It's just to put a little merchandise of Sonic Forces out there in stores. It's not going to fulfill any needs, just like the video game is satisfying people. So overall, it is an easy pass if you've already got these figures, because the lithograph isn't going to make much of a collection here. So I'm not hating on the figures. They do have their problems when it comes to quality, being the paint and maybe even the movement and the joints, but they are a nice improvement, except for the Tails figure, which that T-crotch really just bothers the crap out of me. So, really, when it comes down to it, it's definitely the modern Sonic, Knuckles, and Classic Sonic that you're getting your bang for the buck in this line. The Tails is nice for the head sculpt, but outside of that, it's really just the leg area that bothers me with this one, especially with the fact that he's the only figure that has pre-posed feet. His legs is what I meant. His legs are pre-posed, just one of them, and it really messes with the posing of this figure. As you can see with me just displaying him here for the results of this review, he's not standing just right. It's only thanks to his back tails where he's actually standing up just fine because of the tripod feature. So, I mean, it's a toss-up. if you really need this set, then go out and get it if you can find it. You're not going to find it anywhere at Toys R Us. I think it's really a GameStop exclusive. So, I mean, that would be your best bet to search, because that's where I got mine. And it was the only one they had in stock, unfortunately. So I don't see this really gonna make much of a difference when it comes to sales. This is just another filler line from Tomy's seems to be ending Sonic toy line, because we just haven't seen anything new for a while, and there's been no announcement of any future runs. But to tell you to pop in the GameStop and to find this set alone without any announcement whatsoever from Tomy with this, I'm actually surprised. So maybe we might see something down the road with more Sonic Boom action figures, or maybe some more modern take action figures dedicated to the Sonic game franchise, but only time will tell. If not, well, then this could really be it. This could be the last toy review of Sonic action figures, a part of the reviewing station, for a very, very long time, unless the license gets bought up by somebody else, if Tomy is losing it in 2018. Again, only time will tell. Fingers crossed at Toy Fair we might see something new from Tomy. Something both related to Sonic Boom for those of the fans. Not really me, not my cup of tea. But also something for the modern video game fans out there like yours truly here. So, questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you like today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to see other video reviews similar to the one that you're seeing here today. Until then, this is the unprofessional toy reviewer Red is Power signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this long video. My apologies for that. And I will see you whenever you see me. Well, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, but as an added bonus and my appreciation for watching it all the way through, here's a little extra that I wanted to discuss in the actual video review. I just forgot all about it because I was obsessed with the T-crotch design for this Tails figure. But there are some good things I want to talk about, and then there is the obvious, which clearly you saw throughout the video. Your eyes are not deceiving you. The paint job for the fur on his chest is actually a different color. It's not even white. It's actually closer to Sonic's skin tone on the action figure, which is hilarious, but sad at the same time, which means it's an imperfection that I have to fix myself. And I really shouldn't have to, but whatever. You know, I'll deal with it later, but I really have no idea if this is actually a massive problem to all the modern Tails figures within this multi-pack, but if you've seen this at GameStop, maybe if you've seen a second one, you could probably tell me down below in the comment section of the video whether or not this is a common problem with the Tails figure from the multi-pack, because as it stands right now, something else I need to correct that I mentioned in the video, well, I was going to mention, but I wasn't going to go back and edit it, is that this is actually our very first Modern Tails action figure from Tomy. We did not get a 2-pack. No, I need to correct myself right here and now. We did not get a 2-pack of Classic Tails with Modern Tails. No, it was only Sonic and Knuckles that got a 2-pack with Modern and Classic take. This is our very first Tails action figure in modern form under the Tomy license. So the only way to get a Modern Tails action figure is actually to purchase the multi-pack, unless someone's selling the figure separately on eBay, and in that case, good luck to you. Another thing that I want to talk about is actually something I just missed, actually, to tell you the truth. There happens to be a different tone of white going on there within the ears of Tails. At first, I thought this was just the lighting effect going on with the camera's brightness and the shadow that would be around the figure because of his bangs being in the way. As you can see, it blocks off light, as you can see. But no, actually, there's a little bit of some extra paintwork going on within the ears. It's really hard to see, but believe me, it is there. The figure has some gray as a half point to his ears at the bottom. I don't know if that's game accurate or anything, but I do appreciate the additional paintwork. It does bring out a little more detail to the ears, which is really nice. It's got a depth look to it as well. Very nice. I like the in-depth notice. But, yeah, anyway, that's really it. Not much else that I really want to discuss about this action figure. Hopefully we will see more figures down the road from Tomy, both Sonic Boom and Sonic video game related. I'd love to get more figures, not just the trio of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in their modern take. I'd like to see other characters like Amy, Vector, Espio, Charmy, Shadow, Rouge, Omega even. We need an Omega figure in all honesty. Dr. Eggman would be nice. Even Dr. Robotnik for the classic figures would be cool. So, you know, the possibilities are endless, but it all depends on whether or not Sega is going to approve Tomy of more modern characters from the video games under their Sonic license that they got right now, which is only the trio in the modern games, and clearly the Sonic Boom license. But, yeah, I will continue to support the line in any way that I can. I will continue to review the figures if they pop out any further Sonic figures, but as it stands right now, this may be the be-all to end-all. There may not be any more Sonic figures after this. I guess only time will tell at Toy Fair this coming year. So, fingers crossed, hopefully something will come around. If not, well, it was fun while it lasted, even though it was short-lived here at the reviewing station. So, yeah, it's been a long time since I've reviewed any Sonic figures, but that's all for the reason being that there's nothing offered at this time, except for what Tomy has to offer. But, yeah, anyway, that's going to do it for this video review. I, again, appreciate your time for watching this, and hopefully you enjoyed this bonus at the end. Hopefully I corrected a few things about the figures. Hopefully I gave you guys a little more of an insight on this figure, and we'll see how this all progresses. If this is successful, I might want to do this again, you know, the actual cut of the video compared to the actual release of the video on YouTube for like Transformers, Power Rangers Legacy, and all that other stuff that I do review on this channel. So, okay, guys, that's it. Nothing else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and end this so I can hit the hay. So, this is the Unprofessional Toy Reviewer, Redis Power, signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this, and good night.